Welcome to Cynthia's Crafts and More.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. This is Cynthia from Cynthia's Crafts and More. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm glad to have you. If you could please take a moment and click that subscribe button, I'd greatly appreciate it. And click that notification bell. Make sure you click the solid button. That way you get notified every time I post a new video. And give me a thumbs up to show that you like this video. Leave me a comment with your name and where you're from and how you're doing. If you have any questions for me. So today, I know I've been away for a while. I've been back in the hospital. Was having lots of chest pains, and they were doing all kinds of tests and everything. And for my heart, they did echoes, cardiograms, ultrasounds of my legs, lots of blood work. The test that they took while I was in the hospital didn't really register much of anything, except for my EKGs. I had, I think, like 5 of them, and they were all different. So, as you can see by this little thing here, this is a heart monitor. I have to wear it for a week. Just do my normal activities, and then I send it in, and then in 3 weeks I go back and see my cardiologist, and get the reports of that and a couple X-rays that I had before I went back into the hospital. From what they can tell, they don't think it's my heart. They think it's more of the chronic gastritis. I did see my GI doctor last week, and he took me off of a med, changed the dosage of one of my other meds, and actually 2 of my meds, he changed the dosages. So one of them, instead of taking it in the afternoon, I'm taking it in the morning, and that went from 20 milligrams to 40 milligrams. And then my other one that was changed, basically I was taking morning and evening, so I just take evening for that one. Excuse me. And then he added another medication that I have to take between a half hour to an hour before I eat. And I have to take it by itself. I can't take it with any of my other medications. And this new medication will basically coat my esophagus, my throat, and my stomach lining. And if there's the ulcers from where they did the biopsies and stuff, that will help those heal. And his thinking is that the areas where they took the biopsies from the stomach and esophagus and from the colonoscopy, that those are being irritated. So this new med that he put me on should help coat those areas so that they can heal. fingers crossed in God's will that this will help and all the issues will be resolved. So I go back and see him in a month, then we will, if I'm still having the issues, then he will schedule an appointment for me to basically do an outpatient, I believe it is, or that, or some type of a special x-ray. Basically, I'll have to swallow this like chalky stuff, and they'll do x-rays as it goes down to see if there's blockages, um, how things, how it will pass through my esophagus to my stomach and into the intestines. So they'll take like little radiographs every so often to see how it's progressing. And if it's taking too long in a certain area, then he knows that there's an issue. I'm praying that I don't have to have that procedure done, that God will heal my body so that there's no issues with my heart, there's no issues with my stomach. Um, but on the positive note, with these changes of the medication, I haven't been in any pain. So praise Jesus. I want to thank you, everybody who's been praying for me. I really, truly, truly appreciate it. Okay, that's what's going on with me. My brother-in-law, Chris, my sister, they had moved back to Minnesota / Wisconsin. They were there 3 days, not even 3 days, and my sister had to take him to the ER where he had, let's say this is where his pacemaker was. Well, the incision that they had made to place the pacemaker in, that whole area got really infected with sepsis, I believe it was. No, not sepsis. It was just localized in that area. It hadn't gone through his whole body and bloodstream. So the hospital she took him to, they had to transfer him down to the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, which was about a 2.5 hour drive. So as soon as they had a bed opening, my sister took him down, got him in there. They went in, they removed the pacemaker, cleaned out all that area, and they had like a little suction to pull out all the bunch of gunk that was still in there that would accumulate after the procedure. 2 days later, they went in and they took that little suction thing out and cleaned the area out, put a drain in, closed it up around the drain. That was last week. And yesterday, Monday the 9th, I believe it was, they released him from the hospital because they wanted to put, they gave him like 3 options. They could either put another pacemaker in that same side, or they could do one on the other side. Option 2 would be the other side. Option 3, down on the left side around his rib cage. Chris never wanted to have the pacemaker in the first place. He thought my sister wanted it, and she said no, it was up to him. His sisters and brother wanted him to have the pacemaker. But he does not want to have another one put in, at least at this time. He wants to see if he can lose weight to see if that will help. But according to my sister, his some type of score with his heart is very low. So even if he loses the weight, it's not going to help with his heart because of all the damage that's been done to his heart. She mentioned to me yesterday that he's been having these memory loss issues, and his temperament isn't what it was, and that it reminded her of when my mom started with when she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So I just mentioned to her that, take notes whenever he's having these attitudes or behavior issues, memory issues, and if it continues, maybe have him check for Alzheimer's or dementia. Well, she mentioned that before they moved from Denver, that they did do a brain scan, and he does have the beginning stages of dementia, which would make sense because with as many heart attacks as he was having, I guess he was having heart attacks for like 6 hours, little mini heart attacks. And he just thought it was gas. So he knows now that, from what I've been told, because of what I've just experienced, that gastritis can have a lot of the same symptoms as a heart attack. A few differences, but if it's mainly like right here in the chest area, then it will have those same symptoms. So it's best to go to emergency room, get checked, like what I did. But in my case, I thought I had pneumonia. Nope, not this last time. Thank Jesus. So anyway, Chris got out yesterday, and they were going to stay in Rochester for 1 or 2 nights at a hotel, just to make sure there's no issues that come up. Plus, my sister had to wait and get his new meds. And then they were going to head back up to Wisconsin because their youngest daughter, Crystal, is expecting her second baby anytime, and they want to be there for that. So that's the news on Chris. And excuse me. Excuse me. If you could just keep him in your oh, excuse me. Keep him in your prayers. Appreciate it. And my sister and Chris both have sent their thanks for the prayers for Chris. And then my friend Irwin from Jandera Homestead She's doing good. She's out of the hospital. She is staying at her father-in-law's and mother-in-law's um, house because she's not able to get into her own home because of the flooding issues and the damages that has been caused. It's just very unsafe for her to be there. But she is closer to her boys, so she'll be able to see them more often. And then she started doing physical therapy for her leg. And she did a video the other day um, showing what her leg looked like. And to me, it looked really good. The healing looks awesome. And she appreciates everybody's prayers. And then for my two friends that are dealing with breast cancer, um, Lena is still sore from her procedure, but she's feeling better every day. And I'm just very thankful for all the prayers that she's getting. My friend Jess, I have not seen anything posted from her um, lately, so I'm just waiting to see what, since I find out some information on her, on how her procedure went, I will let you guys know. And she appreciates all the prayers as well. I think that's about it. Uh, Carlos is doing good. He's had a couple slight meltdowns. His anxiety's been getting to the best of him some days. So we have increased his anxiety medication. Um, his anxiety is more where um, he doesn't have the patience. Like when he's on the phone waiting for somebody to pick up for his transportation so that he could get it scheduled to um, somebody to come pick him up and take him to his adult day program. Well, he sits there and he starts crying and stuff, thinking that it's all because of him. Why they do this to me? Why are they doing this? Why are they taking so long? And it's like, and I have to explain to him that it's not him. They're just short staffed and, trying to find drivers for, everybody that needs somebody to pick them up to take them to a doctor's appointment or, wherever. And he just doesn't comprehend that. So he starts getting his anxiety built up. So I have to try and work with him to get him to work on his breathing, to calm himself down and everything. But otherwise, for the most part, he's doing good. Um, Talked with his PCP, and because his sodium levels are very high, his blood sugars are very high, and his cholesterol is very high. So we've been monitoring it for about a year. He wants to monitor a little bit longer because he's only gotten like 2 blood tests done since he's been seeing this particular doctor. And wants to see if we can control it by diet and lower everything. Excuse me. Um, he, so the family, because I have high cholesterol and my blood pressure and blood sugars are high as well. But so far I've been able to control everything by my diet, and my um, cholesterol and blood pressure are actually back down into the normal ranges. So trying to explain this to him that he can't just go and get a tortilla and put 2 huge tablespoons of butter on it and eat it, that's not good for him. And if he continues to eat that way, he will be on medication for blood, because his AC1 was at 6.7, which is 3 more points, and he'll be considered diabetic. And he doesn't understand. And there's like a disconnect between his brain and his stomach. So his stomach is always telling his brain, hey, I'm hungry, I need food. Where he doesn't need it because he eats good breakfasts, good lunches, um, good dinners, but he's wanting to eat like every 45 minutes to an hour. And now, if he was up and very active and doing stuff, I'd say have these little snacks. But he's not. He just sits on his butt. And to get him to do his chores, it's like pulling teeth. So use some prayers for that. That God will help intervene and show Carlos that, he needs to do this stuff. And I'm working on a chart so that if he meets a certain percentage of his stuff that he gets done each day, that will earn him a prize for the weekend to do something special. To, go to the store and buy something for himself. Maybe go out for dinner. But we found out last night he's been cheating and he's been going and sneaking food. Keith had bought 3 packs of tortillas so that we can make tacos. 1 pack is gone. So, and the butters, he's back to doing it, sneaking his tortilla in butters. I don't know what to do as far as his diet. I mean, it's getting to the point where we're going to have to put locks on the fridges and the cupboards so that he can't be getting into the food. I do have a bunch of food in here for him for his lunches. If they were in the kitchen, they'd all be gone. So anything special for his lunches and breakfasts for his program are being kept in my room to where we can control at least that part for now. And that's it. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. And ask God's blessing to be upon all of you. And let's pray for peace, for the world, for each other. Until next time, God bless. We'll see you later. Don't forget, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, thumbs up, and leave me a message. Bye. Let's pray for peace, for the world.